All right, so I'm here with Kat from Rock and Roll Bride. Kat, it's nice to speak to you. You're one of the judges here tonight on the Wedding Ideas Magazine Awards. I just wanted to know, what do you look for in a winning entrant for this particular competition?
I think with everything that I do, really, with my blog, which is quite alternative, I want to see people that are doing something a bit different.
Yeah.
And something a bit innovative. Like, if it's just the same old, then it's not that exciting. And it's, you know, I'd rather award someone that's doing something unique or different, or, you know, pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, similar to what you guys have done.
Basically,
yeah. No, that makes perfect sense.
That was basically my criteria for picking the people that I thought were doing the most different but good stuff.
Yeah, so unique, creative, unusual, putting it out there a little bit differently to what you're normally seeing.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So obviously you have a very successful wedding blog. Where did it all start from? How did you get into wedding blogging? What was your moment when you decided this is what I want to do?
It's kind of a bit of a cliche. I think a lot of people get into the wedding industry because they get engaged.
Yeah.
And they're like, I love weddings. This is what I want to do with my life.
We hear that all the time.
So I got engaged in 2007.
Yeah.
And I was planning my wedding, and I just didn't really see anything that I really liked. Like, I read a lot of American wedding blogs, and I bought a lot of magazines.
Well, they're a bit further ahead, aren't they, in a lot of what they do?
And at the time, you know, a lot of it was very pretty and nice, but I didn't really feel like it was very me, like the kind of wedding that I really wanted.
Like your own personal type of statement.
Yeah. So I started the blog just really to kind of document my wedding planning. It was like, you know, I'm getting married, this is what my bridesmaids dresses are going to be like, and this is where we're getting married and stuff. And then we got married in 2008, and I really didn't want to stop blogging about weddings because I was obsessed.
Yeah.
And I really loved it. So I kind of morphed the blog into more of a writing about other people's weddings, so and then it was a natural progression really to go to more alternative stuff because no one else was doing it at the time. So that was kind of how it started, and then it kind of just naturally, organically grew from there.
And you've also now got the Blog Academy as well, so that's something that's come as a result of Rock and Roll Bride.
Yeah, so the Blog Academy launched in end of 2012.
Okay.
I run it with two other bloggers, both in the States, Gala Darling and Shauna Hyder, who runs a blog called Debbie Twiglet. She's also a graphic designer, and she's my graphic designer. They're both phenomenally successful bloggers in the States. We're friends anyway, and whenever we get together, because we're bloggers, all we talk about is blogging.
Strange that, isn't it? Yeah, strange how that works.
So we were talking about blogging and, you know, going to workshops and conferences, and we were like, you know, no one's really doing anything that's like fun and for women and cool, and people are gonna, you know, want to get dressed up and you know, really teach them the strategy. Like a lot of these conferences, you go to them and they're like, you know, you need to have
quite fuzzy, isn't it? It's not. It doesn't really give you any tools to take away with you.
They would be like, you know, you need to have Twitter. Okay,
but how? Why?
Yeah, so we kind of started the Blog Academy to give people really concrete what they can do to
give them the steps to be able to do it themselves.
Yeah, so we launched that 2012. We did our first class in New York City, and then since in 2013 we taught 300 women all over the world. So we went to the States, we went to LA, Portland, London, Australia, New Zealand. And we've just launched our world tour for next year. We're going back to Australia, New Zealand,
I'll be pleased
London.
To hear that.
We're going to Berlin, Amsterdam, all over the States, Canada. So
wow. So you see, that really is quite an inspiring story, because obviously we run the UK Academy of Wedding and Event Planning, and we have students, a lot of them who will be readers of your blog, and if not your blog, then other, you know, prominent bloggers in the UK, and a lot of them aspire to do exactly what you have done. So if you could give one piece of business advice to our students, what would it be? What would be your pearl of wisdom?
They're bloggers?
They're people wanting to get into the wedding industry. So predominantly there'll be planners, stylists and designers, but there will be some of them that will think they want to do that and then drop off halfway through and realise that actually their passion is to become a blogger. Right. So we've got a good cross-section.
My advice would be figure out what makes you different, figure out what makes you weird, and run with it. Because it's those little idiosyncrasies about you that's going to want to make someone book you.
And get you an audience.
You know, my readers love me because they're like, oh, you know, Kat's got pink hair and tattoos. You know, I've got tattoos, and you know, I like cats, and you know, and they get those relations. And it's the same with, I think, any wedding business. You know, it's such a personal.
It is.
Event
they buy you, don't
they? Want to buy the person as well as the product. So you know, do you and run with it.
That's great advice. Well, thank you so much for chatting to me and taking the time out. It's been lovely to speak to you, and that was great advice.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks.